Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. I got my lemon juice this morning, so I'm ready to go.
Oh my goodness, I'm so proud of you. I slept in to the last moment and felt totally okay with it. I'm just gonna say shout out to my beautiful husband and happy birthday. Today's his birthday.
Oh,
So we just woke up and we're chit-chatting about like the craziest, just silly things, like just memories, which was way fun. So thank you guys for joining us this morning. Appreciate it. And I'm looking swollen. You look great, Nanette. You do.
I got up before you, so that's the difference.
Yeah. Look at my poof eyes. Telling you, I'm gonna develop a filter that takes care of hair. Like I'm gonna have magic hair on a filter.
There's probably one out there. There's so many of
I
them.
find it.
There's the one that turns it green and pink. You can try that one.
Oh yeah, I'll try that sometime. So, anyways, thanks for joining Lively Office, our coffee break with Nanette and Virginia. We're glad that you're here, and it's Thursday.
Almost Friday.
It's almost Friday for those of you with the weekend off, so there's something to be grateful for. Some time off, and hopefully you're doing stuff even after work to balance your work life. It can't just be like sleep, work, sleep, work. That's not good. You'll ruin yourself for that. So what's today's topic, Nanette? We're still continuing on stop hating your employees and
enjoy work again.
Yeah.
And I don't know. We talked about it several times, but I don't have my sheet in front of me.
Want to review first? Okay, so the first day was try to find what they do well, like recognize it, right? Find what they do well and recognize it. If it's an employee that's challenging,
be grateful for what they
do.
Be
grateful for what they do. And our second point was separating personality from actual work. Right. So I'm trying to work off of memory. That's not the best. So separating personality from work, there's cultural things that make a person a certain way. So look at the work that they do and focus on that. Then we said force the conversation, but it was more like start that conversation, even though it's
force yourself.
Yeah, force yourself to start that conversation. And then the fourth one is it possible that they're not as bad as you think they are?
So maybe something in your past, maybe you have a trigger or somebody in your past that acted a certain way to you, and then you're taking it out on that employee. So that's kind of what we're talking about today. And I was trying to think about that when we were talking about it earlier. And the only thing I can think of is trust, maybe for me. How people tell you they're going to do something and then they don't do it. So sometimes you take that on your employees because maybe there's something about them that makes you not trust them. So you follow them around and micromanage them because that particular person, just the way they act or maybe they remind you of somebody that did you wrong per se. And I have a couple people at work that I really didn't trust at all. And I don't know that they even gave me a legit reason. It was just something that feeling that you get, so, and I think maybe I should have evaluated that a little bit more.
Yeah, I can see that. I actually think, well, maybe they're not that bad. And why am I feeling the way that I'm feeling outside of these parameters have nothing to do with work, and I couldn't think of any really particular situation other than one really weird situation where I saw a person and they just reminded me of somebody I didn't like. So I kind of avoided them just because they gave me a bad feeling. That was kind of messed up because I implemented those other things where I was focused on the work, don't focus on the personality, only pass this judgment on the workload that they're doing and communicate that. I've had people where I didn't quite enjoy in the beginning and then we were able to get over it. And in some instances it even became, wow, they were so misunderstood,
Yeah.
And they were just so different than anything I experienced. I feel like I lived under a rock for a serious period of time because I'm very naive when it comes to things in the world. And congratulations, Mom, you did a great job keeping me safe. I'm like, really don't have a great understanding of things in the world. So I'll just walk around not understanding that why is that person acting like a clown, you know, or being this way? And here they were, maybe doped up or something. And I would never put those things together. Just like have no idea. Just everyone's just like me.
Well, I was just thinking about you were saying, so I probably had my thinking face on. But what I was thinking when you were talking was also, because our subject is maybe they're not as bad as what we think they are. I think sometimes we take what other people say as truth too. Like if I trust somebody and they come to me and say, oh my gosh, they're a bad worker, you know, and maybe we take their viewpoint because we like them as an employee, and then take that viewpoint and put it on that employee they don't like. I don't know that I'm guilty of that. I try to give everybody a fair shake, but I think sometimes it's subconsciously we do that because we like the person that's giving us the information, you know, so, and maybe they have a conflict. So
that's actually a really good warning. Like that's something we shouldn't do.
No, we shouldn't do that.
Try actively not to do that, but I'll say this much. If you told me something like that, because there's like the trust circle is small. So if you told me something and you're like, hey, this person's XYZ, and then I would be cautious. I don't know, there's like a characteristic trait in there that I don't like. Like I don't like the idea that I know people do that. So I try actively not to do it, even though I think as humans we do it. I'll try actively not to do it. I know that there's an employee that work for you and you can manage this employee, and the energy when this employee worked for me, I was like, hard pass, you're not with it. If I was forced in that situation, obviously I would have conquered it, but I think that also, again, as humans, sometimes we take the easy route when we're in the leadership role. If I could just do it myself and get it done, I'm just going to do it, you know, right, at some point, and then until I have the time. Because one of the things is that we want to understand, and I tried to understand it as an employee, was that your boss has a lot of things coming at them. You know, not only do they need to fill your needs, they need to fill the customer's needs, they need to fill the business's needs, the various managers' needs. So you've got so many things coming at you when you step up to that role. So sometimes you have to prioritize. Sometimes it's worth it, sometimes it's not. But I guess at the end, my advice and your advice would probably be the same: is invest the time in getting to know your employees, their strengths, their weaknesses, and your strengths, your weaknesses, you know, getting back to that, and then adjust that when, you know, when you're having a certain kind of feeling. Because right now, if you have people who come to work every day, you're blessed.
Yeah, you are blessed. Well, it's kind of like we taught the supervisors and managers when we were instructing, you know, it takes time. And if you put the time into your employees, they will give back to you. But you can't just expect it. You know, you have to learn who they are. You have to show a genuine interest in who they are and what's going on with them. But if you put that time in, it will pay off tons and tons later on, because they'll do everything for you. You know, that you'll build that loyalty. But you got to put the time in the beginning. And you know, a lot of supervisors and managers don't want to do that. They hire you like, oh great, a warm body, go to work, you know, and then they never look back. And that's where all the drama and all the craziness starts.
Right. And then also, again, it's part of the points in all of that. When you're new, you have to show some vulnerability to your staff. If you're the new leadership, you can't, they've been there for a minute. They know what they're doing. Do you? You know,
been there.
Yeah, so like check it out and take a minute to slow down and observe things. And they may see things that you don't see. So many times my employees have brought things to my attention and better ways to get things done. I mean, just so often. And there's ones that are engaged and ones that aren't engaged. And I can't expect, or no one can expect, every employee to be super engaged in the business. Are they doing the work that they're paid for is the question. And that's the expectation you should have.
Right. Well, we've got a few people in the room with us right now. We've got Is You Spicy? And I kind of like that name.
I love that.
And then we got Kendra Sears, and then Grigsby Mandy, and then D. Christina. Has anybody got anything to say about our topic today?
Yeah.
maybe it's your coworkers. Maybe you don't have employees underneath you, but you said about your coworkers, maybe they're not so bad. Maybe it's just me and I'm looking at it wrong.
Right.
So.
Well, it's a different perspective when it's a coworker who isn't that bad. Because my approach is definitely different. If I'm in the leadership role, it's my responsibility to take charge of all of them. But as a coworker, is you spicy is a good question.
Well, I've seen you torture a couple coworkers, just saying.
Well, yeah, like you want to be to give them stuff, but I'll tell you what, in a hot minute, when you have a coworker who's not doing their part, that makes work hard. Mm-hmm. So here, I mean, I will take a coffee break just to, vent.
Work.
Yeah. What'd you say?
I said, you'll take a coffee break just to make them work.
That too. So, and it just really depends on how much you put into it. I have a particular person in mind that was like years of trying to get you to be part of the team. And I'm like, I'm not even your manager, but everyone hates you. I want you to be part of it because I could see the skills this person brings to the table. But it's just like they're being like they were so.
They didn't know how to play in the sandbox with others, for sure.
No.
They were taking everybody's toys.
Yeah. Very analogy. Very analogy. I watched Toy Story last night too, so that should have come to me. So anyways, well, it is 9:44 and I'm not sure how long you have coffee breaks, but tomorrow we will have another coffee break with Nanette and Virginia in the Lively office again around 9:30, and we may or may not do a surprise one on the weekend. We'll see what happens, but that's just bonus.
It's just bonus. I like to sleep on the weekend sometimes in the morning, just saying. Maybe the coffee break will be in the afternoon.
Yes. If we can do that, we can do our PM break or after lunch nap.
Work-life balance, right? We gotta. If I can't sleep in during the weekend, I'll sleep in during the weekend.
Nanette, do I have something important to do or can I take a nap after this?
We realize how many naps we take lately.
I take a lot of, but I'm better for it. I have this whole belief that jobs should have cuts,
Cuts? Oh.
I was at a theme park one time. And I was way young and I really needed a nap. Like I went to work sometimes to get away from the chaos. And I'll tell you what, craziest thing they could ever do is have a couch there. I actually laid my face on a public couch.
Oh. Well, when I was young, even in my 20s at work, I was so tired that I would go out in my car and take a nap for like 45 minutes. People would think I was dead all the time. They'd knock on the window like, are you okay? I'm like, no, I'm just taking a nap. I mean, you're interrupting my nap. I just need that little bit.
I know. But you just back so much, so like productive. Like if you just get that little siesta in there. I'm telling you, I swear, I did not make this up. I believe that there's countries that do this, that allow siesta time. There's too many articles that come across my desk that make me believe that this is true, and this is something we should implement immediately. We need nap time.
We need nap time. I think it's just because we're night people. We are night owls. So maybe that has something to do with it. We're not good yet during the day. We gotta wait until, what is it, like vampires or what?
Well, I thought.
Well, isn't there things that are nocturnal? That's the word I was looking for. Vampires, I don't think it is. Nocturnal, we'll go with that one.
You come work for us. We promise we won't drink your blood. That's so.
I don't know why a vampire was the first word that popped into my head for nocturnal, but anyway, I mean, there's a lot of animals I could have chosen.
Raccoon.
It could be a raccoon because I do have the black circles around my eyes sometimes.
See?
So.
The win-win.
Win-win. All right. Well, anyway, we're getting way off topic. Come visit us at thelivelyoffice.com. And if you want to get our Get Back to Love and Work workbook, You can find it at thelivelyoffice.com. I always say office wrong. thelivelyoffice.com/getback.
All right. We hope you join us tomorrow. We've really enjoyed this chit chat and break time, but guess what? Break's over.
Break's over. Goodbye.